All right, so we are back now. If you're watching part one, which cut off somehow, um, I don't even know where we stopped. I really don't.
We were discussing Supergirl.
Okay, we're starting Super Bowl. I mean, yeah. So I thought the show was one of its better shows this season. Lou disagrees, but then again, he's only watched about 75% of it. He said it was slow. I agree, it was slow, but better character development.
She's still a little whiny, but I can see why she's a little whiny.
Yeah, yeah. This episode made me understand her whininess a little better, than anything else.
Well, I mean, it's like anybody, a brother and sister combo. They never want to be in each other's shadows, and that's how she feels. And I get it.
Yeah,
So
I don't have a brother or sister, but it's okay.
Only child, you were a lucky one.
No. See, so you think. All right, let's move on to Tuesday's show. No. Agents of Shield is yes. Yeah, and Flash also. So start off with Agents of Shield. That was a good episode. That was a good episode. I liked the dynamic. You know what? The show is getting better. I'm beginning to like this kind of dual story. I mean, maybe they learned this from the Arrow, and in having dual storylines, because that's the only thing that kept me from Arrow last season from quitting, was because his other storyline was keeping me entertained. Because
the flashbacks,
yeah.
Because I mean, oh god,
because the main storyline was not.
Last season's Arrow, oh god, it was dreadful.
Oh yeah, but the flashbacks were entertaining, seeing that Waller hired him, all that other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I watched every episode last season, but it was like for every good one, they had 4 bad ones.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And I think what Shield's problem was, dating back to first season, was the fact that it handcuffed itself waiting for Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
because after Winter Soldier, it had picked up lovely.
Yeah, I definitely like the storylines. I like the fact that there's a secret organization that said there was NASA that sent those guys into the into the whatever you call it again, the portal.
The theory that I have running is that planet is known as Ego.
Ego.
Mm-hmm. It's a life planet that can form illusions to drive people crazy, and once they go mad, he takes their life force.
Could be.
I mean, that's what's been floating around the internet, and it kind of makes sense because where else did she go?
Yeah, could definitely be. But I think overall it was really good. I'm impressed, and also the fact that this person is in trouble. I mean, he's in bed with the head of the ATCU. She works for Hydra.
I don't know if she works for Hydra, because who does Gideon work for? What if Gideon is one of those type of guys that plays the field to the highest bidder?
Yeah, true. But I also think Coulson knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Coulson always knows what he's doing.
I think Coulson is cut from the same cloth as Nick Fury. Heck, Nick Fury would never be caught with his pants down.
Technically, Phil wasn't neither. His pants were up. He was fixing his shirt.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it was a good show all around. I can't complain about it. I think they hit the strides. I like the fact that, I mean, even though this person is Slash, and he's
what do you think of that reveal?
It's nice for the show. He's not the real Slash. That's what it is. I think what it is that they took it's the genetic. He has the genetic. He's a descendant of the real Slash. That's just what he is. I don't think he is the real one. The real one hangs out with all the key Inhumans. So it's not him. But I think for this storyline, for what they wanted to do, is fine. It was cool. I think it worked well because Inhumans now they are mutants. So you're changing things up.
We'll see. I mean, I liked it. It was fun. It's cool. Next week looks like it's going to be even better.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. All right, on to the Flash.
You mean the ass whooping?
Yes, that was great. That was fantastic, man. I mean, to the point where when everybody was like, how is she supposed to fight this guy? I
It was
loved it.
awesome.
I was like, you know, no, you know how it is, like you and your crew, right? You're like, man, you got it, man, you got it. He's like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then he gets there, it's like, yeah, yeah. And the whole crew's like, everybody's just sliding away.
It was one. Barry was so cocky. Oh yeah, I handled the reverse flash. I can handle Zoom. Zoom whooped that boy so bad that he brought him from Star City, I mean Central, the lab, to the newspaper place, to the cop station, and back to the lab.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, Zoom whooped his ass completely. That was so bad. That was really, I mean, I've never seen anything like that where he was just like smack, smack, smack all over the place. I mean, and then he basically broke his spine.
I was gonna say he broke his back.
Yeah. It completely just decimated him left and right. I was just like, wow. Ooh, that's rough. I mean, it was good because you could see Barry accepting his powers and thinking that he's all that, only to meet somebody who is just, I mean, this is the Flash right here. And then this is where Zoom is right now. I mean, that's just it. Because you remember when he did the lightning, he did the speed lightnings like going round.
I'm watching Zoom like, what's this boy gonna do? Because he's just running around in a circle like an idiot. Zoom looks like he's just got that thing, and he's like, he throws that lightning punch, and Zoom's like, oh, this is cakewalk. Let me just jog, catch, and throw it back at you.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was just interesting to see that because, man, I mean, Barry, I mean, literally, this was a pure ass whipping episode. It was good. It was a good episode to see.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was probably we've seen Barry's lost before, but he's never lost like this.
Oh no.
So let's see how it humbles him.
Yeah, I mean, from previews for next week, he's having a hard time running, even though he has his powers and everything. Fear. That's what happens. It's fear. Joseph Hampton Jr. says, "What? No Gotham." Nope. Joseph, I don't watch Gotham anymore. I mean, I just can't personally do it. If there's a reason I should watch it, let me know. I'll try and watch Gotham because I lost its first season. How about you, Lou?
Gave it one episode and I was like, I can't watch this crap.
Wow, that's rough. I gave it like 7, 8 episodes.
I tried. I just couldn't get into the stupidness.
Okay. Couldn't get into the stupidness. All right, let's move on to Wednesday. Let's not go there. Don't worry. Don't need to.
Arrow was great. I like this week's Arrow.
Yeah, it's a good episode. It's good to see Ray Palmer back.
I like the one-liners.
See, Joseph Hampton Jr. He's like, I don't either. Sarcasm. You see? Asking me about the show. I should watch it. Yeah, the one-liners were cool. The episode was good. The fight sequences are getting better. I mean, it's a little tighter now, not too wide, and you're seeing that these people really can't fight. I mean, I don't want to remind it that these are not martial artists.
It was paced out great. I'm glad there was no villain of the week. It was more focused on Damien Dark and his story going forward. How he's just badass.
Yeah.
And I'm liking the fact that we're 6 episodes in and we've seen Damien Dark more times than we've seen Ra's al Ghul all of last season.
Yeah, but they've used him selectively. So it's not like, Ra's al Ghul, when he showed up, you think he's going to do something. He doesn't. Damien Dark is more decisive. He knows he's not there to destroy the city, and that's the problem because Ra's al Ghul's philosophy, if he's coming in, he's decimating the place. So which is why Ra needed to come in like towards the end of the season.
Even when they just went to Nanda Parbat and all that, dude, it just didn't feel right.
Yeah. No, it didn't. No, I think what killed last season, just quickly, is to me last season was okay till the mid-season finale where he got killed. He got stabbed by Ra's al Ghul, and they didn't use that opportunity well. Like that was an opportunity for the rebirth that he has now. Then, Because remember when he had the fight with Rajah Go on the cliff and all that?
Ray kills him, didn't use a sword, took his sword to kill him and all that. It was great. And then it felt like, okay, you know what? He's going to lose here to win towards the end of the season. So simple.
True, but it doesn't mean he has to kill Rajah Go, right? I'm just saying that from there, you could have done a much more better story element in there from that point, but they just lost it. But anyway, back to this week's episode. I think it was good all around. The only character that I don't like this season is Mr. Terrific.
What? I think he's the best part so far.
I don't like. I mean, me reading the comics and seeing Mr. Terrific, this version of Mr. Terrific is a wimp. Mr. Terrific is the whole idea. Like they talk about how he can base jump and do all these things, right? Mr. Terrific is considered the third or fourth smartest person in DC universe. Also, he was an athlete. Like, he was a straight up athlete. Like that's why he wears the fair play jacket, because he always believed in fair play with all the stuff he did. So he was physically fit and this guy is like a scaredy cat, but yet he does to me, it doesn't mesh. Like he's really scared. And then he does all these extreme sports and he does the triathlon. He won a bronze medal. Like it to me does not match at all as an individual. That's why I'm like, if you just give me the original Mr. Terrific, who was like, the guy was an athlete, he was fit, he used to do sports, and his smarts, like, Felicity Smoke is considered, smart as an arrow. If when he walked in and he started working for her, she should have been like, shit, never mind. Here. Bye-bye. I would just leave. Because that's how smart he is. So that's why for me, I'm like,
they're making him smart.
They're giving him smart, but
they gave him some of his athletic tributes. He did mention he was in the Beijing Olympics.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing is that he mentioned he was in the Beijing Olympics, but then when he reacts around everything, you see how he ran away from the guns. He didn't run like an athlete. That's what I'm saying. Like I can understand you're scared, but he didn't escape. Something fell on his head. Come on. That's why I say that it doesn't mesh. It doesn't.
So
mesh.
You're telling me if a chandelier falls on your head, you're not going to pass out?
No. Did you see how he fell on his head? He was just like, come on. That wasn't good. No. Especially when you do a triathlon, mind you. That's 3 sports. So, again, like I said, it was just one of those things that I know what they're trying to go with the character. I don't personally like it. The guy is a good actor, but for what they want him to do, to me, is not Mr. Terrific, because think of the name, Mr. Terrific, and then you have that guy. I'm like literally, right? Because Mr. Terrific is one of the few black superheroes right out there. They're far and few between in general. So almost to me, the person who plays Mr. Terrific better is actually the Atom. That is Mr. Terrific. Except in terms of he looks fit, he tries to go in that. Granted, his character does not fight, but he always goes in. He's like, I got this, and then he physically will get whooped because he just doesn't know how to fight. But his character, he plays the character more than
Let's see where they keep going with them.
Yeah,
maybe they get him a little better after the mid-season finale.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's when this. The crossover is when they're
December 1st.
What do you call it again? The DC Legends of Tomorrow is going to start off from there.
Yeah, I read the synopsis for the Flash one. We'll be introduced to Vandal Savage and Flash because he's going after Hawkgirl, and then in Arrow, in the same episode, I think Hawkman comes back and steals Hawkgirl. So it's all going to be
a mishmash left and right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the last show, which I didn't watch, I just didn't have time this week. I watched last week's episode, but I think this week, or maybe I watched it. Heroes.
Heroes this week I liked.
Wait, what happened this week? Because I forgot.
Erica has the boy.
Okay, then no, I haven't watched this week's episode.
Well, Erica got the boy because Noah gets betrayed by the bearded guy.
Uh-huh.
So,
I know he got betrayed last week, so
well, last week they
he made
started
the
it,
phone
but
call. Yeah.
this week they finished that whole warp drive scenario, and they went to another facility where what's his name? The mind control guy.
Matt.
Yeah, he is running this other offsite facility, and we see the little boy and priest who turns into smoke,
Mm-hmm.
and we get the cop that was like the bounty hunter turning into Evos. He
Yeah.
killed himself. Matt made him do it,
Okay.
and the guy that Matt was the cop was with. Matt spares him because he saw something, even though he's not an Evo, but
Oh yeah,
something in his mind
the
that
Mexican dude.
the Mexican guy,
Yeah, yeah.
he was a straight up donkey in the military. That they did that flashback.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that. That's why. That's why he was dating the invisible girl who died, or who's still alive now, I guess.
Technically, she's alive, I guess, since they changed history again.
Yeah, they did the time jump. Yeah.
And other than that, it was the Chuck. He displayed his powers a little bit more this week because his wife tried to kill the boy.
Well, Chuck's power is basically his power just what it was. His power just didn't come out, and he passed on some of his powers to his son, which is just the affinity for light. Yeah.
Well,
And
Chuck was pulling off some Atom type shit, just throwing fires at people.
okay. All right.
I
Interesting.
mean, it was overall a good episode, and then at the end, they jumped to the year 7,957.
Okay. Don't tell me what happens there. I'll check that one out.
That is where it ended.
Okay. All right.
They flash forward to that particular spot. You're like, God damn, that's a hell of a time jump.
Yeah, that would be.
Overall, it was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I've liked where Heroes has picked up and gone.
Okay. All right. That's cool. I mean, yeah, for me, it was the last two episodes were good. I just didn't have a chance to watch this one. Like I said, I'd spent the last 2 hours trying to set up my thermostat. So that, my mistake, but it was good. So yeah, all right. That's good stuff. I was going to ask you, are you watching any anime right now?
No. Is there a good one to watch?
Well,
besides Dragon Ball Super.
I haven't started watching Super. I'm just saving all my episodes of Super. I started watching One Punch Man because the other day it was like 2:00 in the morning. And yeah, this is me. 2:00 in the morning. I just finished editing. And I was like, let me watch something.
I can't. I tried. My friend sent me a clip. Dude just want to punch the guy with one punch and he exploded. I'm like, yeah, I can't get into this shit.
No, I mean, definitely try it out because One Punch Man is very different. The very first episode, you have to give it 3 episodes till you get the character. His whole mindset is he's trying to find somebody who he can fight with. And he always takes it easy. So there's one cut, right? There's this ninja guy, right? The ninja guy's like, oh, you caught my my samurai, my ninja size and all this stuff. You know what? I can't let you live. And the guy jumps, he's facing the other way. And he's like, oh, you want to show me your powers? Go ahead. Like he was all excited because it's like, look, and the guy's doing these things like he's going, he's jumping around. And then next minute he attacks him really fast, but he just turns and looks at him. He's like, is that it? And the guy's like, oh, snap. He tries to slow down and his hand is like this. And then he basically lands, his balls come right there, just touches it, right? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And the guy's like in the corner, it's like, ah. So that's his thing. Like the way they made it, his power level is so high. It's so high in it, right? That at first it sounds really dumb, but then you realize his character is a complete reverse. So he has the cyborg as his students who's telling him, teach me to be like you, your powers. And when he told him how he got his powers, he said, all I did was 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, and 100 squats. for 3 years and I became this strong. He's like, the guy started abusing him. It's bullshit. It's gotta be something else. Like, so there's more comedy to it, than necessarily the fighting per se. And his character, like the way he is, he's just trying to find, like I say, he's trying to find out like if he can fight someone, or at least if he can actually fight someone that would take his punch. And then his mind is always somewhere else. So some bad guy was punching him, beating him. And, his student was like, oh my God, master. And he's like, oh my God, this is it. Wait a minute, it is. Shit, it is. And you're seeing his monologue and you're going, oh, wait, maybe he's actually getting weak. He's like, he said Saturday, and he said his powers will run for a week. Oh, and that means today is Saturday. Shit, I forgot the sale at the supermarket. And he just punched the guy and he's like, oh. And then he tells his apprentice. And the apprentice is like, it's okay, master, we can still get there. It closes at 10 o'clock. And they're like, all right, let's go. So, I mean, like, that's what his thing is. Like, he goes through all the situation. There's one funny one where they both go for the superhero exam because they have like a superhero association. And his student gets an S ranking. S ranking is like special, right? It's not A, but it means that you're really talented. And then he opens up his slider to see what he got. And it goes like this. He didn't pull it out the whole way. And his student goes, oh, master, you got an S2. It's great. That's so fantastic. He's like, oh, what's an S? He's like, S means you're special, blah, 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 this and that. You get this. And then he pulls the whole thing out. He says C. And he's like, oh, sorry, sensei. C means you chase people with purses and handbags. Like that. And he's like, he's just jealous because his student has like a fan club now, and he doesn't. And he's the most powerful guy on the planet, and and nobody knows who the hell he is at all.
How many episodes are there?
So far, it's 6. I say, well, like wait for it to pile up a little bit more, and then you can watch it. I think it's just funny because like if you look at it, right, his student wants to be like him, and meanwhile, because his student comes over, he's like, hey, master, I'm going to live with you. He's like, no. And his student drops lots of cash. It's like, I can cover my rent and your rent too.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a cool one to watch there.
I mean,
let's see.
What I've noticed you're letting them pile up, but it's pretty much Battle of Gods and the Frieza storyline.
No, I mean, but that's how. I mean, even before that, every single anime, going back all the way to stuff we're watching the 80s, 70s, they all have the same basic storyline altogether. But it's all about how the characters are. I mean, same thing as Bleach. I mean, Bleach was great, the whole Aizen saga, and then after that, it just became crap. But everything goes through that. Like even Dragon Ball Z, they would tell you, most people will go, okay, fine. Dragon Ball Z was great to Cell Saga, right? And that's it. Majin Buu was okay.
I like Majin Buu.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad. Don't get me, it wasn't bad, but really the highlights, the first highlight you got was Frieza when he turns, Super Saiyan 1, and then you go on to Cell Saga 2. And then Majin Buu was cool, was good. But again, you go back, you tell to ask anyone, Dragon Ball Z, they go, oh yeah, that fight with Frieza or Cell. That's where people will go back to first. And that's why I said it's the same repetition over and over again. So it's just how you write the characters.
I don't mind the story arcs that they're doing, but it's like, okay, I've watched Battle of Gods. I already knew what was going to happen. They added more to it. So they made the fight a little better and, longer. And I didn't know Goku could fight in space. But that's besides the story. Yeah.
Goku's powers keep going on, up and up and up. So I remember, have you seen the videos of Superman versus Goku who win?
Don't watch that stuff.
Yeah, somebody did a very good detailed breakdown, like comic to comic comparison. And then the guy says, like, look, Superman wins for a couple of reasons. Number one, Superman is designed to never lose. The way the comic is written, he will always win his fight. Just take it or leave it. Because at this point in the comic books, Kryptonite can't kill him. So you can toss that shit out the window. and then he goes, then technically, Goku can get strong. Superman spends 5 minutes inside the sun, forgets it. everything is toast. He becomes like an overcharged battery and just, destroy shit. So
I mean, last night I watched this fan-made Dragon Ball Z Fall of Men. Not too bad, but it's like if they're gonna do something, stop using these weak storylines. I'm sorry.
Warren says they are racing GT. That's why. I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Warren, that they are racing GT.
I'm glad they're erasing that shit because, oh God, that was horrible.
Oh, come on, man. Don't you like GT right here? I mean, I got like the little Goku, man, bobblehead. I mean, come on, man. Look at that. Goku. Ah.
Dude, they made Trunks a sissy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, they did. Never mind. Crap.
Trunks, Trunks was portrayed as this badass. And then he gets to GT and he's like a sissy.
Yeah, I mean, whoever was when they were handling that, they did a poor job with it.
Piss poor job.
I'm surprised, even though we're still going on, that it's still live. Thank you very much, Google. We appreciate it. But anyway, we should definitely round up. Next week, the show will still be at the same time on Friday, 7 p.m. I was going to say there's going to be a trailer out of something major. I don't think so.
Of what?
I thought it was going to be X-Men, but X-Men is going to be tied to Star Wars too.
Yeah, they I saw earlier the official runtime is now 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay.
So it's final. JJ said it in the EW magazine. Final version is 2 hours and 15 minutes, which
fits
the formula.
Yeah. Warren says Goku wins in Goku universe, Superman wins in his universe. That is how it goes. If you put them in the neutral ground with the same power sets for both, Superman will win.
But which version of Goku? Because remember now, Goku got blue hair.
Yeah, but Goku blue hair, Superman also is a god. If you take the highest level versions of each character of what they could do, take Superman Prime, who lived in the sun for 1,000 years, and take Goku at whatever his highest is now, Superman will still win.
Superman's problem is they can't give him a tough villain.
Oh, well, yeah, he's got Darkseid, man. Darkseid is a god.
Darkseid dies.
No.
In the latest...
Oh, I mean, in the latest comic book, yeah. I mean, it's New 52 refresh. They want to kill Darkseid. I mean, Hal Jordan is now a god. He's got, he's now a Green Lantern god, and Batman's a god also, and which is a bad thing.
Everybody's a god.
Yeah, it's a bad thing for Batman to have a god, to be a god. That's terrible. He's got knowledge. He's got the knowledge of everything or everyone in the universe. It's not good.
I mean, like I said, I enjoy the DC universe. I'm gonna start reading Infinite on Crisis.
All right, yeah. All right, guys, let's definitely round up. Thank you very much for joining us, Warren. Thanks for chiming in and leaving lots of comments over there. Appreciate it. Join us again next week, 7 p.m. Hopefully, we will not have 2 parts to this video from Google, so we'll see how it goes. But don't forget, if you want to follow Lou Rod, where can they follow you?
At Mr_Rod_.
Yes, just type it in, you'll find it, because for some reason Twitter having some issues. And of course, you know us, Bored at Work. Subscribe, follow us on all social media channels, and always enjoy your entertainment. Oh, and catch us tomorrow on the weekly. Yay!